Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time please? Alexa, the time. Well, it's 8:32. Alexa, what's the weather like?
In Rochester, it's 2 degrees Celsius with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds, with a high of 5 degrees and a low of 0 degrees.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Tuesday the 24th of January.
Alexa, what's the date?
Today is Tuesday the 24th of January.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Last night I dreamt I was swimming in orange pop. When I woke up, I realized it was just a fantasy.
Fantasy. I like that one. That's a nice play on words. Right, Alexa, where am I?
You're at 7 Corys Road, Flat 5 Biggs Apartments in Rochester, Kent.
So yeah, I live in Rochester, Kent. I've lived in here, this area, since August 2020, when I first moved in. So I'm not a new resident. I've been here 3 years in August this year. It's quietened down a lot since I've moved in. The builders have gone from opposite. I had terrific noise that I coped with, and other people did as well, and that's died down, and it's gone to, I don't really hear the builders very much now, only when I'm walking up by the field when they're working on the school. So last night I took Max out for a walk around 7 p.m. and it was obviously pitch black and dark and freezing cold, and both Max and I just did a quick walk around the block, and as I was walking along the Rochester Riverside, I heard a bang, and Max started barking. It sounded like a small firework, so I thought, what the hell was that? And I saw a fun snap on the floor, a fun snap. And nobody threw it because there was nobody about. What I'd done is I trod on a fun snap. You know those little bags of I don't know what it is, some sort of mini firework, isn't it? Like, you throw it on the floor and a spark erupts and it makes a noise. Well, it made me jump out of my skin, and it made Max bark. And there was a guy behind me, there was a bloke talking on his phone. Quite a distance behind me, more than 2 meters behind me, there was a chap walking, but I'd actually trod on the fun snap. I trod on it. I didn't see any more. There was just this one stray fun snap. I don't like these things because they're dangerous. Years ago when I was in London, they were selling them in a shop, these boxes of fun snaps, and people used to throw them at people's feet. And I had one land on my skin, and you can get minor burns from them. If someone throws them at your skin, it sparks your skin and it can actually give you a minor burn. So when I was in London, I used to see kids, especially, walking with their parents, and they would throw fun snaps at people's feet, to the bottom of people's feet. So that happened last night. It's always busy near the co-op when the co-op's open, and I'm surprised at how many people were out last night. It was freezing cold, but they're all hooded. They've got their hoods on and their trousers and their coats, and they're sitting on the stone steps in the freezing cold. Last night they were outside the co-op, sitting out on the stone steps in the freezing cold. So I took Max out for a walk, like I said just briefly. my mum had called me when I got back. So my mum had called. So I listened to the answer phone message, which was completely normal. And I put on Talking Pictures TV. There was a load of crap on the television last night. I couldn't come across anything I really wanted to watch. So I just flicked through the channels and I left it on Talking Pictures. But it was absolute crap on the television last night. Rubbish. So I played a couple of games of Scrabble Go, and George has nudged me. Aussie Bawali H has played their turn, Aussie Bawali, and Thornton is waiting for me to play, and Sarah is as well. So, you know, that's what keeps me occupied. So I was playing Scrabble Go last night as well. So today it is absolutely freezing cold. I thought it was minus. Absolutely freezing cold it is. Really, really, really cold. I woke up this morning several times in the early hours, freezing, even with fleece blankets over me. So I got up this morning and I put the heating on. I put the heating on, and it's starting to warm the place up because, like everybody else, I'm trying to make sure I keep warm and my pets keep warm in this cold weather. Also, last night I was reading Prince Harry's book Spare. And I'm on chapter 39. Well, yeah, I'm on chapter 39. They wouldn't let me out of Eton until I acted. That was what they said. I needed to take part in one of their formal dramas before they'd punch my ticket and release me into the wild. It sounded ridiculous, but theatre was deadly serious at Eton. The drama department staged several productions each year, and the year-end production was always the most major of them all. In the late spring of 2003, it was Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Haps a Drunkard. I was cast as Conrad, minor character. He was perhaps a drinker, perhaps a drunkard, which gave the press all sorts of clever openings for calling me a drunkard too. What's this? Bit of typecasting, is it? Stories wrote themselves. Eton's drama teacher said nothing about typecasting when he gave me the role. He just told me I was Conrad. Have fun with it, Harry. And I didn't question his motives. I wouldn't have questioned them even if I'd suspected he was taking the piss, because I wanted to get out of Eton, and to get out of Eton you had to act. Among other things, I learned from studying the play that it was wrong-headed and reductive to focus on Conrad's alcohol consumption. He was a fascinating guy, really, loyal but also immoral, full of advice, but essentially a follower. Above all, he was a henchman, a sidekick, whose main function, seemingly, was to give the audience a laugh or two. I found it easy to throw myself into such a role, and discovered during dress rehearsals that I had a hidden talent. Being royal, it turned out, wasn't all that far from being on stage. Acting was acting, no matter the context. Opening night, my father sat dead centre in a packed Farrar Theatre, and no one had a better time. Here it was, his dream come true, a son performing Shakespeare, and he was getting his money's worth. He roared, he howled, he applauded, but inexplicably at all the wrong moments. His timing was bizarrely off. He sat mute when everyone else was laughing. He laughed when everyone else was silent. More than noticeable, it was bloody distracting. The audience thought Pa was a plant, part of the performance. Who's that over there laughing at nothing? Oh, is that the Prince of Wales? Later backstage, Pa was all compliments. You were wonderful, darling boy. But I couldn't help looking cross. What's the matter, darling boy? Pa, you laughed at all the wrong times. He was baffled. I was too. How could he have no idea what I was talking about? Slowly it became clear. He told me once that when he was my age, acting in his own school performance of Shakespeare, Grandpa turned up and did exactly the same thing. Laughed at all the wrong times, made a complete spectacle. Was Pa modelling his own father because he knew no other way to parent, or was it more subliminal, some recessive gene expressing itself? Is each generation doomed to unwittingly repeat the sins of the last? I wanted to know, and I might have asked, but that wasn't the sort of thing you could ever raise with Pa or Grandpa, so I put it out of my mind and tried to focus on the good. Pa is here, I told myself, and he's proud, and that's not nothing. That was more than a lot of kids had. I thanked him for coming, gave him a kiss on each cheek. As Conrad says, can you make no use of your discontent? So I'm reading through Prince Harry's book very slowly, getting in opportune moments that I can read his book. I'm here in Rochester, Kent. I'm here on my balcony. This is a balcony, and it's freezing cold outside. Absolutely freezing. That coming out of there is the gas pipe. So my gas is on at the moment, heating up my lovely flat, and it is cold out here. Freezing, absolutely freezing it is. So I'm going to finish my cup of coffee and just get on with my day. It's freezing cold. It's all about keeping warm and keeping yourself well in this weather, because it's freezing. You just open a window slightly or a door and your room is absolutely frozen solid. So I'm going to go off now. I hope everybody has a good Monday. I'm just an ordinary everyday vlogger who vlogs my everyday life. I don't go out to be nosy. That's not my intention. I just want to vlog my day. I don't ask for the dog barking, the rude noises underneath my balcony at times. I don't ask for that. I don't go out to take that. I want to have a happy day, a positive day, a day where I'm trying to help people and show people that I can suffer just as much as anybody else. I don't need the bullying, and I don't want it. See you later.